dolls. It's time for another Ask Manda or a Q&A. So I posted on Instagram asking you guys to ask me questions in the comment section, and I also tweeted. So that is where I will be drawing the questions from for this time around. With that being said, let's go ahead and answer some of these. Favorite shoes at the moment? Probably my boots that my boyfriend got me for Christmas. These are the kind of like pink camo Justin boots, and I like them. I've just been trying to break them in lately. So yeah, those are probably my current favorite shoes. Would you ever get a short haircut? I kind of somewhat plan on getting my hair cut, but if I do, it's not going to be anything crazy dramatic. I don't think I'll go any shorter than, say, about like right here. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Usually I just get layers. I don't actually get the length cut off. So I'm not sure. Who knows what the future holds. What is your favorite emoji? My favorite emoji is the pink bow. What is the hardest part about making just one video, and why? Lately for me, it's trying to get my lighting correct because I don't have enough daylight that comes into my room. So for me, it's a struggle of trying to find the perfect balance between the lighting and the camera settings. And sometimes my videos are super washed out or super dark or super grainy. It's just a matter of trying to figure out camera settings lately, because when I went a while without filming, I kind of forgot how to operate my camera, so it's just a matter of getting back in the swing of things that way. So as far as actually making the video, probably making sure your camera settings are what they're supposed to be at. I always tend to, when I find the perfect setting, I write it down so I don't have to try to remember it again. Which foundation do you recommend for beginners? This is something that I can't necessarily give you a cookie cutter answer with you should get this foundation, because everybody's skin is different and everybody's face is going to react to products differently. So you can't just go out and get a foundation that you heard was recommended by someone expecting that it is going to have the same results on your face, because it might not. And you need to just experiment for yourself and just test out many different ones and kind of just get the hang of what works best for your skin. As for beginning and you don't necessarily know what your perfect shade is and things like that, I suggest drugstore brands, just for the fact that that's a little bit of a cheaper route. You don't want to spend so much money on something high-end and then get it home, put it on your face, find out it's totally the wrong shade, have to go all the way back to return it, etc. When was your first kiss? I was 13 and it was with my very first boyfriend. If you guys want to see a full first boyfriend, first kiss experience story time video, I can totally do that. Just let me know in the comment section below. If you could be any Disney princess, which one would you be? I love Aurora and I love Ariel. I would probably choose Aurora just because I don't think I could just like live in the ocean my whole life, even if I got legs and was able to walk around on land. I don't know if I could be in the ocean that much. I like being on land and I love animals and stuff like that. So I think I would probably be Aurora. Plus she always has this really pretty pink dress, and you guys know pink is my favorite color. Do you like Hello Panda? Because I want to send you a couple different kinds. Oh, I do love Hello Panda. Those are the ones that I get in the Target dollar spot often. Usually my Target dollar spot isn't the best place to get like planner supplies, because they never have it stocked up, it seems like, when I go in there, but they always have Hello Panda, and I always get a couple boxes of different kinds when I go, and they are so good. Why do you love doing YouTube? I mentioned this so many times, and I think most of you can already just tell by now that I love connecting with you guys, and that's why I do Periscope broadcasts, and I talk to you guys on a more personal level, because I want to share my experiences with you all and help you out no matter what you are going through or what your struggles are in life. I just want to kind of be that voice that says it's okay and things will get better in the long run. You just have to push through it. Will you be doing any meetups this summer? I have no idea. I don't have any meetups planned or scheduled or anything like that, so I have absolutely no clue. Do you like to play games like Xbox and PS3? I never had a PS3. I had a PS1 and a PS2. I had a GameCube. I had a Nintendo 64. But and I have an Xbox 360 right now, but as far as actually playing games, I prefer games on like the iPad or the Nintendo 3DS. My favorite game for that, before you guys ask me in the comments, is Animal Crossing New Leaf. Yes! What's your favorite lipstick from MAC right now? I love Snob and I love Saint Germain. Those are two of my favorites. If YouTube didn't exist anymore, what would you do for a living? I have no idea. And that's just the thing, is when people ask me questions like, well, what will you do if this happens? What will you do if this happens? What do you do if this happens? I can't give you guys a solid answer on that either, because it hasn't happened. And I'm the type of person where I know what will happen once it happens. I don't necessarily know ahead of time. Like, I can't just come on here and tell you guys straight up like, oh, I'll be this. Because I have no idea, you know, if YouTube didn't exist right now, or it disappeared in a couple of years, my plans and my dreams may alter or change. I may want to be something completely and totally different, or I might want to do something completely and totally different, because our interests and what we like and dislike change as we grow and mature and get older, and I think that that has a lot of effect on determining what I would do if YouTube didn't exist. How long have you been a YouTuber, and was it something you wanted to do? Of course YouTube was something I wanted to do. If not, I wouldn't be doing it, and I wouldn't have started doing it. I do have a whole video titled My YouTube Journey that kind of like explains how I got started and everything like that. It's somewhat of an older video. I'm thinking about doing an updated one. But basically, I was really shy when I started, and I filmed so many videos and I deleted them before they were even uploaded because I was too nervous about the comments that I would get, or if I would get hate comments, and I was just really, really nervous. But in the end, making videos became like a passion of mine and a hobby of mine, and one day I just bit the bullet and I posted a video, and look where I am now. You know, we always start at zero, or even less than zero sometimes. We all start somewhere, and that's how you become successful, is you start. You take that first step and you say, I want to do this, and that right there is going to be the start of your life and your success and your purpose, and what you're doing is when you are willing to take that first step, and everything falls into place from there. When do you want to get married? I want to get married when I am financially stable, as well as the man I will be marrying. I want him to be financially stable as well. And before we get married, I would love to live together first and make sure that we can maintain a life together and be able to afford, you know, paying for bills and groceries and utilities, and I want to be able to support each other on a financial level. And until I get to that point, I don't necessarily feel comfortable being married, because I do still live at home with my mom. I need to make sure that my mom's in good health before I just up and move out and everything like that. I have been with my boyfriend for almost 7 years. It will be 7 years in March 14th of this year, and that is why my username is 31409, because 31409 was the date that my boyfriend and I started dating. And if he were to ask me right now for me to marry him, I would say yes. But that's just the thing, is an engagement ring can be on your finger for years. It doesn't just have to be there for a few months and then you get married immediately. An engagement ring can be on your finger for a couple years or a while until you are ready to actually proceed with the next step. There's a question on here. How long have you and your boyfriend been together? Just answered that. When you were younger, what career did you want to pursue? I wanted to be a dog groomer. When I was growing up, I always told my parents, I want to be a dog groomer. I want to be a dog groomer. I want to be a dog groomer. And I think it was when I was about 10 or 11, my dad just told me, you are not going to make a living as a dog groomer. They don't get paid for anything. And they don't have a great job. You want to scrub dogs' butts all day? And I'm like, well, when you put it that way, maybe not. As you could tell, I've grown, I've matured, and I'm not a dog groomer. I mean, I give my own dog baths and stuff, but I don't necessarily want to do that every day of my life. How long do you plan on staying on YouTube? As long as possible. What are your biggest pet peeves? I do eventually want to make a pet peeves video because it is so highly requested. It's just a matter of me getting on here and saying what my pet peeves are without people getting offended. We all have those things that just kind of push our buttons that we don't necessarily like, and that's because we all have our individual opinions. So if you guys do want to see a pet peeves video, leave me a comment below and maybe I will do one. But just for the sake of this, one of my biggest pet peeves lately has been when someone will post a photo on Instagram or Twitter or Tumblr or wherever, and they will post a caption. For example, a new purse. You know, they got a new purse, and in the caption it says, "I love my new purse from this store." You know, they say from this store. And then in the comments, people will comment, "I love that. Where did you get it?" I think one of my biggest pet peeves as of late is when people ask questions in the comments where the question has already been answered within the caption. So please read descriptions, read captions. It saves you guys time as well as the person who posted it, because they don't have to necessarily reply to you because they already supplied you with the answer. So definitely read captions and comments. Okay, so that's just one of my pet peeves. Like I said, if you guys want to see a whole video, maybe I can make a list of some. I just don't want anyone to take it offensively, so maybe we'll see what happens. What is your biggest goal in life? I think, in a way, I've already met my goal. Because my goal, I want to help inspire people, and I want to, like I said before, just share my experiences, and in a way, hopefully that will help others. And I just want to be able to be there for people if they can relate to me and have a friend that, you know, they can just listen to and just relate with. And that's one of the biggest things that is like one of my goals. And I think, like I said before, I've already met it by doing YouTube and just proceeding with this. And I think that this is really like my purpose. And I'm so thankful for it. You guys are amazing. Who is your favorite kawaii character? I love Little Twin Stars, My Melody, Hello Kitty, Ko-Rilakkuma. I love Rilakkuma also, but Ko-Rilakkuma is my favorite of the two. I love Sugar Bunnies. I think that's what they're called, Sugar Bunnies. I love, oh gosh, I love so many. I love like all Sanrio characters, and then like Rilakkuma and Ko-Rilakkuma are like San-X, but they're super adorable as well. I think my top two would probably be Little Twin Stars and My Melody. Okay, last one for Instagram. If you could go back and change one thing, what would it be? Absolutely nothing. Because if you go back and change something in your life, it alters who you are to this day. For example, when people say something to me like, "Oh, well, wouldn't you change the fact that your dad passed away when you were at a really early age?" No, I wouldn't. It sucked. It was one of the most, it was the most devastating thing in my life, because I was really close with my dad, and he was not only my dad, but he was my best friend, and it was really hard. I was only 12 years old, but when I look back on things, now that I've grown from it, and I've gotten, I'm not going to say I've gotten over it, but I've gotten stronger because of it. With my mom having been diagnosed with breast cancer, you know, a couple years ago or whatever, I feel like my dad's passing really helped me to cope with my mom's struggles nowadays, because I had kind of been through something traumatic prior, so it wasn't as hard on me as it could have been. So there's always good in something, no matter what it is, because as long as you can overcome whatever it is, you grow stronger and you mature from it and you learn to appreciate so much more, and there are so many lessons learned. And like I try to tell you guys all the time, is it's never ever a matter of what you are going through in your life. It doesn't matter if you're getting bullied, it doesn't matter if you're suffering from the loss of a loved one, it doesn't matter if you are going through depression, it doesn't matter what you are going through. What ultimately matters is if you overcome it. And that is the ultimate goal for yourself, is not dealing with what's going on, but overcoming it and being a strong person and just comparing yourself to who you were the day before. Always aim to make yourself a better person than you were yesterday. Now moving on to Twitter questions. I have quite a few, so let's see here. Would you ever consider making your own makeup brand when you get a bigger following? I have no idea. Again, I have no idea until that time comes. That would be pretty cool to have my own makeup brand, but at the same time, my channel isn't necessarily based on makeup, so I don't know. It's just one of those things where maybe not. I don't know. When will you be seeing Tanya again? I'm not exactly quite sure. We haven't totally planned it out. I'm hoping sometime this year, but whatever happens, happens. So I can't necessarily give you guys a solid answer on that either. What is one place you really want to visit? I want to visit Tokyo because I am obsessed with Sanrio characters and Japanese fashion, and I just love everything. I've just been so inspired by like the Sweet Lolita and Fairy Kay and all of that stuff. I've been so, and like the Harajuku street fashion, I've been so inspired and so obsessed with it. I follow so many accounts on Tumblr that have to do with it, and just like the wigs and the big puffy skirts and crazy colors, and oh my gosh, I just want to go so bad. I also really want to go back to Disneyland again. What's your favorite store to shop online? I actually love eBay. eBay is one of my favorites. I don't know if you consider that a store in itself. It's more of like, it's kind of like a big corporation like Google. It's not necessarily like a name brand store or anything like that. But eBay, I get a lot of stuff off of eBay, and that's just mainly because I like to find stuff for the best deal possible. So if I go on a website and I find a product that is $20 or $30 and then I get on eBay and search it and I can find it for like $5, I'm probably going to order it through eBay. Amazon is really great too, and I also, I know AliExpress is also amazing for like phone cases and things like that, but AliExpress does not ship to my state. I don't know why. They don't ship to Washington, and it makes me so sad because they have such amazing prices. What do you want to do the most in 2016? I don't know. I didn't really make resolutions this year. I think I just want to continue to grow my channel in the fact of I want to create like this big community. I don't necessarily just want tons and tons and tons of subscribers. I want everyone to just like come together and be just a big happy family and share your experiences with one another and help each other through anything that we're going through in life. And I think that's what I want to do this year, is I want to be a little bit more personable with you guys and get to know you guys even more than I already do. And because you guys already know a lot about me, but I feel that's why I've been trying to do periscopes and stuff. I really want to connect with you guys even more. Would you rather have all the makeup in the world free or all the ponies, all generations? Neither. I would want to share the wealth with other people. I wouldn't want to keep all of it for myself, if that makes any sense. So if you say like all the makeup in the world, that's taking all the makeup away from everyone else and giving it to me, and I don't want to do that. I want to share with everybody. And same with the ponies, I want to share with everyone. I don't want to take from anyone. Can you do a house tour? I probably won't be doing a house tour just for the fact that I do still live with my mother, and she likes to have a lot of family photos all over the house, and she's really big on family and just showing grandkids and uncles and everybody. I believe there's a fine line of what you share on YouTube and what you don't share on YouTube, and you know what you can keep private in your own home. So I'm more than happy to do a room tour for you guys, because this is my space. This is my space. That was a pun. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was awful. I'm gonna get thumbs down just for that. This is kind of like my area of the house, and I kind of have like control over what happens here, but because I share it with my mom, I can't necessarily control and be like, hey, can you take all of your pictures down for me to film this video and then put them all up? Because that's not necessary, you know. I'll be happy to do a room tour for you guys, which I plan on doing an updated one soon. Yay! So get excited for that. What are some tips you have for going thrift shopping? Best/favorite thing you found while thrift shopping, and your favorite thing about YouTube. I already mentioned kind of my favorite thing about YouTube. One of my favorite things I found while thrift shopping was a G3 My Little Pony comforter, and that was pretty cool. As well as my Victoria's Secret clothes that I have, I get at thrift stores. and a few times I have found like brand new items with the tags still on them, and I literally pay like $2 or $3 for, which is amazing. Who cares if it's out of date or in the last season or out of season or whatever? I don't care. It's cheap and it's a bargain, and I buy them. And what are some tips you have on going thrift shopping? I don't necessarily know if I can give tips on that. You kind of just go and just look. I know sometimes it's kind of a struggle to like look through things, and sometimes you're rushing and you don't have the time, but make the time to actually look through shelves and racks and dig through bins, because usually the best things are sometimes hidden at the bottom or hidden somewhere. And sometimes maybe if you're a size large and you don't necessarily find anything in the size large section, go peek at the size small or medium section, and maybe someone will have put a size large in that section. So definitely rummage around and look around and go like crazy. Rummage around like you're digging for buried treasure, because sometimes that is how you find the best things, is you take the time to dig when no one else did. 3 more questions because this video is getting pretty long. What is your favorite TV show currently? P.S. Love you and your videos. I love you too. My favorite TV shows, I like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I like Project Runway. Currently, I'm watching Project Runway All-Stars. In the summertime, I love Big Brother. I don't watch Celebrity Big Brother, but I watch regular Big Brother, and it's one of my ultimate favorites. Right now, I'm also watching The Bachelor. It's not necessarily a favorite of mine, but I do watch it. Oh, coming up, RuPaul's Drag Race. Yes, so excited for Season 8. Who's your guys' favorite queen so far? Have you guys watched the introductions and stuff? Oh my gosh. I'm rooting for either Derek Barry or Kim Chi. Those are my 2. I knew Derek Barry from when he was on America's Got Talent. So I'm excited to see what he does as far as drag does, because he's just usually known for the impersonation. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm actually really excited for RuPaul's Drag Race. I have a few favorite Netflix TV shows, like shows that I've watched on Netflix, because I don't have cable, but I watch shows on Netflix, and there's quite a few that I love on there. If you had the choice, would you have a trained pet wolf or an unlimited supply of high-end makeup? That's a really tricky question for me. I know, like, most people would just be like, well, duh, go with this. The thing is with the wolf isn't going to live forever. So you're not going to have it for the rest of your life necessarily. Whereas the makeup, it says an unlimited supply, so therefore you're guaranteed it for the rest of your life. But it's also at that point where, like, the wolf would be companionship. And I believe that companionship and love is so much greater than anything materialistic. And also, me having to buy my own makeup is kind of a lesson. It's kind of a lesson, like, you want to work for what you have or for what you want. And I think that if I were to just be given it just all the time, just like handed to me all the time, it's one of those things where I feel like maybe I'd start taking advantage of it. So it's really a toss-up. I love makeup, but I love wolves at the same time, and I'd love that companionship. And I can get the makeup anyway, whereas otherwise I don't think I could just get a wolf on my own. So I think I would have to choose the wolf. Okay, one more question. So last question we are going to do is one from Instagram, and I think this is a really good one to end on. And it says, what is the biggest thing you learned about yourself in the past year, and has it changed you in any way? Yes, it has changed me so much. And I won't necessarily say, actually, yeah, it's pretty much been in the last year. Like I said before, with my mom being diagnosed with the breast cancer and everything like that, so many things have gone on in my personal life, and as well as my YouTube channel. I feel like even compared to a year ago, I've grown so much with my channel, not necessarily in numbers, but in like quality of like who I am. I feel like I've gained so much confidence, especially since compared to when I first started YouTube. I was so shy and just like nervous about posting and just so like kept to myself, and now I've gained so much confidence, over the years, and you guys have helped boost that up so much. You guys talking to me on a daily basis in my comment sections, or just replying to my tweets, or even just watching my Snapchats and I see that you guys screenshot the silly faces and things. Even that just like motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing every day, and it really inspires me to do what I do. And with that, I feel like I have changed for the better. There's people who change for the worse, and there's people who change for the better, but ultimately everyone changes. One of the comments I get a lot underneath my videos from people who have been here for a long time on my channel, or even on my Instagram photos, or whatever social media they find me on. If they've been following me for a long time, they may lately comment things like, "You've changed so much, I miss the old you." Well, that's just the thing. No one is the same person they were 5 years ago. No one is the same person they were 3 years ago. And no one is the same person they were the day before. Everyone changes progressively through life, whether it be for the good or for the bad. But everyone changes, and it's a part of life. And if every person stayed the exact same way their entire life, it would be so boring, because it would become so repetitive and just the same thing over and over and over. That's why it's so fun to experience new things, go new places, find out things that you didn't realize you liked and now you do. And with me liking My Little Pony, or being open about wearing wigs and liking the Japanese fashion and things like that, that's been going on for a few years now. That's nothing new for me. It's just now I have the confidence to express myself more and basically just put myself out there and be like, you know what, this is what I like and this is who I am. And back when I first started YouTube, you guys didn't see any glimpses of ponies or any glimpses of pink and anything like that, because I was so nervous to express who I truly was with people. So yeah, I wasn't the same person then. I was shy. I was held back. I was in this box, and I couldn't like set myself free and just be comfortable with who I was. And now I'm just open about everything, and I'm just so happy that I have grown so much to this point, and I am so thankful for the people who have been supporting me along the journey and been so respectful and understanding. Sometimes I have off days. Sometimes I have days where I just don't want to do anything and I feel lazy, and you guys are always there to help me through it. And that right there means so much to me, especially through the process of change, because not a lot of people take to that very lightly. But just remember that the next time you ask someone or tell someone that they have changed, that person is aware that they've changed. They know that they have. And think about if you were the same person you were 3 or 4 years ago. You're not, because your interests, you have different interests that develop, and a different style or fashion sense that develops, and it's actually a really beautiful thing sometimes. So that is going to wrap it up for my Q&A. I'm sorry if this was too chatty, but I do love getting on here and talking to you guys a little bit more personally and letting you guys get to know me a little bit more than you already do. And with that being said, I am going to go ahead and let you guys go, and I will talk to you all in my next video. So until then, so long, stay strong, stay true, and be you. Alright, bye!